first variation that we've been doing is the regular point. Roll through the sole of the feet and roll back. We are not going to do that version this month. Instead, you're simply going to do the articulated version, both versions, 4 times each. So the first version is the one where you reach through the arches, then you point the toes, pull the toes back, and flex at the ankle. Make sure that you're watching the inside edge and the outside edge of the arches, and you're neither tipping or tilting or twisting the foot. That the ball of the foot at the big toe and the ball of the foot at the little toe are rolling back and forth at the same level. So you don't want to have the big toe peeling towards you more than the little toe. And then the second version is the toes curling, reaching out, pull back, and the toes releasing. So when you come to a point position, it isn't a crunched toe. The point is an extension. It's a reach through the entire foot. I'll turn this way. So here's a curled squish toe, which we do in some of these exercises, but a point is an extension through the top of the foot completed by the tips of the toes. Okay, so we've got those 2 point flex exercises, foot articulations, 4 of each of those variations. Now the curl in, curl out exercises, which we have been doing by rotating the ankles and the thighs inward, curling the toes, and then rotating outward and spreading the toes, and then vice versa. We've been curling on the out and we're rotating and spreading inward. We're going to change that as well. And instead of taking the feet and rotating this way in the ankles, we're going to tilt the foot inward and outward. So as you, for me this is easier when I'm lying down. So as you curl the toes, you're going to try to rotate the outside of the ankle longer so the soles of the feet are turned inward, and that's your curl. And then you're going to turn the insoles of the feet outward, and that's your spread. So rotating the ankles as if you were rocking side to side on your ankle. So if I was to stand up, the action would look like this. And before we were doing it like this. Okay, so for each of those variations, it's 4 times each. So let's just go ahead and do them. We'll curl, rotate the soles of the feet together, rotate the soles of the feet away, spread. 2 and spread. 3 and spread. 4 and spread. And hold the rotation outward and curl the toes, and then turn inward and spread. And 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so that's all there is. Now we've got our ankle rotations, which we're going to do 8 times, and that's exactly the same. Make sure that the work still comes at the thigh. These exercises, again, can be done in seated, or they can be done in lying down position. Wasn't really counting, so hopefully that was 8. And the more you get loose in here, the more you feel this motion, then really make a big deal of the thigh going. But don't forget that it really is an ankle circle, and we want that to go around too. So again, 8 each direction. Foot massages are the same, and we're going to do up to 8 times each variation. So we've got the top of the foot, we've got the bottom of the foot. So I've been going pretty quickly, and I'm not digging in that much. Some people have been feeling tingling on the top of their foot or tinglings in their legs, and it's potential that we are pushing too deeply into nerve endings. So then I would say go back to a softer, more surface massage, just suggesting that fascia can move and that bones have also mobility, independent motion from each other. So you can see how fast I just feel like I'm playing the harp. I'm just strumming here, and you want to go about 8 times. And then the sole of the foot from the inside of the arch to the outside of the arch. If you were doing a link, if you were swimming, 8 times. If it's a lap, then 4 times. So there and back, there and back, there and back, and there and back. Okay, and we'll do both remembering too that your fingers can go together to support each other so you're not getting issues in the bones in the hands. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the sole of the foot across and back, and across and back, and across and back, and one more time across and back. So it's the top of the foot and the bottom of the foot. Same thing that we've been doing up to 8 times. Shin massages. So I don't actually like fabric underneath me as I'm massaging. Some people are not realizing that if you go on the inside of the leg, that's bone right there. And what we're trying to massage is the fascia between the 2 bones. So top of the leg and the outside of the leg. Down through there, there's fascia webbing between the 2 tibia and the fibula, between the 2 foreleg bones. And we're going to go 8 times. Right now I'm using my fingers, but some of us have been using our knuckles, and we'll call that 8. And then a calf massage, and I've been using my hands on either side, and about 5 times down through both. So this is new, 5 times down both calves. Again, it's just that one direction, both for the shin massage from the knee to the ankle, from the back of the knee to the ankle on the calf massage. The whirligig toe motions are the same, but we're decreasing the number. So for each toe, about 2, maybe 3, just wiggle back and forth. Make sure it's across over and under. Some of our toes, it's harder to get them around each other, but just do the best you can. So then we're just gonna go do-do-do, 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 1, 2, and then, oh, I think I reversed that. On your piece of paper, the whirligig is first, and then the shin and the calf are second. Again, the order of the exercises doesn't matter. The toe work, remember the 3 parts of the toe work. The one that's really going to be befuddling a lot of us, it's not going to change. It's probably not going to change, at least very much, throughout the rest of the exercise. I'd like to see if we can increase our ability to connect with very tiny, small muscles that have been not used very much, most likely, throughout a long period of our life. So the first part of the toe work is the big toe manipulation. I've got 2 fingers on the inside of my big toe, and I'm gently drawing it outward. I'm not pulling at the knuckle sideways because I don't want to damage the joint. I don't want to hurt the bones. I'm gently stretching the tissue and suggesting to the toe that these muscles can move outward. And 8 times, again, be nice to your feet, and 8 times on the other one. That's part 1. Part 2 is what I was calling, remember to hold the foot steady, so it's the toe itself that's moving. Part 2 is the big toe kiss, standing very close together. And some of us are getting a little more motion in one foot than the other. And as you stand or sit, my feet or my toes, the inside of my foot, probably only an inch apart. You're going to try to draw the big toes together towards each other. Try to keep the rest of the toes spread on the floor, and I'm calling that the big toe kiss. Today my left foot is moving less than my right foot, and I am definitely finding variation during my practice from day to day. I also discovered that my toes don't move as thoroughly first thing in the morning. How's that for surprising? Not really surprising. Okay, and then the hardest one, and I've really discovered that I can only do this 1 foot at a time, so that may be true for you too, is the one where the toes squeeze together. So if my fingers were my toes, the idea is I'm bringing all the toes together. So I've been doing this 1 foot at a time, and actually I feel like I've accomplished a lot. Our natural inclination is to try to curl, the toes want to curl like we've been practicing, but I want you to keep your toes long. And the sensations that I'm having with the big toe, the toe are really here through the metatarsals rather than the digits. So this part of the foot, I'm starting to see motion in the bones in the foot. And some days are better than others. So for those, big toe massage, that moving outward, that manipulation, and the big toe kisses and the toe squeezes, we're still doing 8 of